Hi, everybody. So, perfection. That's what we're going to talk about today. And right now is totally perfect. How do I know? It's not because I'm scratching my furry friend here. It's not because he's all riled up and he doesn't want to let me do this teaching for you. It's not because of any of that. It's because it's actually the nature of everything. Even right now, our buddy, as he's getting pets and loves, and me being here, every moment that's passing is entirely transient. And as it's fluxing, going from one moment to another moment, the entirety of the universe is changing. Bless you. We have moments of happiness. We have moments of sadness. We have moments of now peace and calm. And we have moments of excitement. But all of this is transient. Every moment falls away into nothing and gives rise to another moment. These moments stack up upon each other and we call them our lives. But if we were to actually even inspect the present, it's so fleeting we can't even begin to grasp it. What happens in our lives is that we get caught up. And we get caught up endlessly with all sorts of to-do lists, with all sorts of possibilities, with all sorts of memories. And these keep us in a sort of a state of delusion, a state where we don't actually remember what I just told you. This is perfect. The reason it's perfect is because it's transient. Its transience is its perfection. It's passing endlessly. No moment can ever be totally grasped. And in that way, our experience is entirely ineffable, indescribable magic. Like a dream, like a dream. But every time that we see it in the limited framework that we generally do throughout our lives, we feel a permanence and a burdening well up within our experience. We'd rather have it permanent. We'd rather that it's real, that this moment is not transient, that we can stick around for a little longer in the places that we prefer, and that the things that we don't prefer will be a little bit more transient. But that's not how it works. We are at the mercy of the greater universe. But when we can take a step back and notice the transience of everything, when we can be absolutely natural, even now, with my buddy, everything somehow is accessible to us. Somehow everything is flowing in and flowing out with ease. But when we fixate, then we forget all of this. And again, we focus on a very limited perspective that keeps us falling into the trap of a permanence that never was, a permanence that will never be. So, some of us that have pets know all too well the story of impermanence, know all too well how things change. Those that have children, the same. It changes every moment. They get older. They, one moment, are a rambunctious puppy, a rambunctious child, and the next moment they are graduating, they're aging, they're changing, and everything that we thought was true is gone. But if we don't push our minds into this contriving state where we're always looking ahead at the permanence we want, or always looking behind at the permanence we had, then we can be in some sort of present fluxing mode. And this present fluxing mode is authentic. It's natural. It's free. It doesn't have any problems. Even if there are things that we don't maybe enjoy, maybe we see things, or we're in this world right now that we think is polluted or not so good. If we actually look at this present flux, then we'll see that the pollution doesn't even have a chance to manifest in any sort of permanence. So how can we feel all too caught up in that fixation? If we take all of this to heart, what can happen to us is an entire shift of our perspective. This shift can transform our entire purpose on this earth, because we will suddenly recognize that we can be free. We can let go of all of these things that we've held so dear for so long, all of these contrived permanences that are never going to be, and that are entirely made up by ourselves, by others, by our societies, by the fabric of the human world. When we're free of all of that, suddenly we recognize how incredibly difficult it was when we weren't free. We recognize how difficult it is for those that are caught up in this world, in this challenge, in their own contrived senses of permanence, their hopes for permanent better things, their fears of permanent bad things, their memories of nostalgic, permanent pasts that they so long to return to. When we recognize that others have to engage in that others are trapped by that, then we feel a tremendous amount of love for them. Because that was us. That has always been us. That's what we've done from beginningless time until now. Until now, the point where we recognize this flux. We recognize that there is nothing permanent. And in this moment, this impermanent fluxing way, everything is already perfect. Noodle on that one. See if I'm wrong. See if there's anything beyond a contrived permanence, or if everything is actually in flux, impermanent, and therefore even the present is fluxing, impermanent, transient colors. Colors, sight, sounds, feelings, thoughts that make up a direct experience of the ineffable perfection of nature. Thank you.